Okay, really quick one from me today. I'm feeling knee deep in the Lionsgate energy. Look, you can see my tears here. Have moved my mascara. What they don't tell you about being here now is it isn't the high of awakening or any sort of destination. It is the art of being divine and human at the same time. That is, I realized as I went into meditation, the teachings of Mary Magdalene, and all of a sudden Lionsgate makes a lot of sense to me now. You know, Mary Magdalene was a mystic, a priestess, and she was an equal counterpart to Yeshua, and that is what this rite of passage is to root your power so deep in the earth. It's a peaceful power. It is a peace where the world could be spinning a tornado around you and you're like a tree, right? You don't crack, you don't break, you simply move. It is this beautiful place of stillness. You hold your source connection so strongly that you can meet anything, anyone, without collapse or codependence. Your union with yourself is magnetic. That's why all the doing stops, because you are magnetizing everything to you. Everything becomes a sacred partnership. You don't need to grasp for anything. And you don't escape anything either, you know. It's how do I put this? It's not escaping being human to be divine. You bring being divine into being human, and that's everything. Eating, making love, grieving, playing music, everything becomes a ceremony, everything becomes devotion. And the red rose of Mary Magdalene, her symbol, that's the spiral inwards to here. And its thorns are the boundaries that in this peaceful place of power, instead of push and force, manipulation, control, overpower, it's just boundaries. It's just boundaries to protect what is sacred to you. So this frequency, it teaches deep compassion with discernment. In the Magdalene Mysteries, Yeshua was not just Jesus, that religious figure, but he was a master alchemist of consciousness, not unconsciousness, of consciousness. And Mary Magdalene wasn't his follower. She was his equal counterpart. She was trained in the temple lineages that knew how to use sexual energy, frequency, the body for alchemy, right? To expand the soul's capacity to hold light. And together they held this beautiful sacred marriage. And that is a template. That is a template for all of us right now. The balance of divine masculine and feminine within ourselves and in union with each other. Because there is no dependency. There's just this beautiful mutual ignition. We both of us, as in me and you, who are not separate, both have the same creative life force that is making us not separate, right? The same energy, the same pure consciousness, the life force, the sexual energy. And it is how we anchor our divine mission into the human vessel. And then when you are in a sacred marriage with another person and you are circulating that energy between you, That is how you are helping the other anchor their divinity into the humanity, right? The human vessel into the divine mission. Is that making sense? But that partnership, that intimacy is there with everything, because everything is one. It's all there. It's all co-creation. It's all oneness. Why this is coming up now, why I'm talking about this now in the Lion's Gate. These codes reawaken now. My codes reawakened in the Lion's Gate 2 years ago. They're in your soul memory. And signs that you're receiving them are that you feel this like calling to merge. You know, that feeling in meditation. You're feeling more urgency right now to have this way in your daily human life. You're dismantling any way that you've used beauty, your body, or sexuality to seek external validation. Your heart is expanding in unconditional love in a way that you can't even describe right now. And that might be how you're feeling about somebody that is physically present, or something that you only know in the higher planes. And you are less interested in ascension as an escape, and more about embodiment as a revolution. Magdalene and Yeshua's revolution, their legacy, right? Living the Magdalene Code now. I know what this means for me. I know what it's asking of me. For you, I'd love to give you some things that have helped me, and that is, number one, learning to tend my body as a sacred vessel without any reason outside of myself. Learning to redirect all the energy that was going outwards, all the love that was going outwards, inwards, and letting that inform every single choice that I make every single day. Standing in my power and still being deeply human. I hope this was helpful.